Mason, what's the excitement level here the week before the season?
Oh, it's super exciting. We've just been practicing hard and just getting excited for UTA. I think the vibes are good in the locker room. Everybody's excited.
How you feeling headed into this season?
I'm feeling good. I think we got a good squad. The team's got good chemistry. I think we're locked and loaded to have a good season.
How do you set the expectations for this team and what you guys can accomplish this year?
How do I set that?
Yeah.
I mean, just in the fall, just seeing what everybody performed and just seeing how I think we're going to be a really good team. I think there's a lot of talent, both hitting and pitching. I think we can do some damage.
Coach talked about how he really doesn't know exactly how good you guys will be this year. When you hear him say that, does that kind of take off some pressure? Or how do you characterize what it's like to go into a season with a handful of unknowns?
I think in the locker room, I think we know what we are. So I think we're pretty confident that we can do some damage, like I've been saying. I think everybody knows what kind of team we can be, and we all know that.
You guys have been on the cusp of an NCAA tournament, winning the league. I mean, how close do you think this program is to taking that lead and becoming that team that does those kind of things?
I think this is the year. I think we're right there, like you said. Last year, 0-2 in the tournament, we were right there. I think this year, a lot of us have a little bitter taste in our mouth. So I think this year we're going to come out with a little bit of fire, trying to prove ourselves, prove the people wrong.
What does it mean to you to be able to collect some preseason accolades and player of the year recognition?
I mean, it's cool, but to me it doesn't really mean much. It's just a preseason award. So, I mean, I got to go out there and perform regardless. And, I mean, it's my last year trying to get a win. That's what I'm trying to do.
Hey, so y'all had your golf tournament a couple of weeks ago. Wanted to ask, who among your teammates are the worst golfers on the team?
I'm pretty bad myself. Probably me. I'm probably bottom of the barrel on that. We got some good golfers, but I'd probably have to say me. I'm probably the worst.
So what do you need to improve on? What's
I'll work on the golf game once I'm done with baseball. We'll figure it out then.
How close was it for you not returning to the Roadrunners this year?
I would say I was always leaning towards coming back. My heart was here. I didn't really want to leave. It just, the way the ball was falling, I just had to test the waters a little bit, and thankfully they took me back. But my heart was always here. I didn't really want to leave.
How hard is it right now to be a college athlete? You have all these options and all these people talking to you. What's that process like?
I wouldn't say it's hard. I think we're in the best time of college athletes it's ever been. I think it's harder for the people that are trying to recruit and like a mid-major here who has to battle with those big teams trying to call players that they think they can get. But as a player, somebody that's in college athletics, I mean, I got to see it before the NIL, and now I'm in the NIL era. It's the best for us.
What was it about UTSA that made this the right spot for you to stay?
I mean, the list is pretty long. There's a good coaching staff, good development, good people around just in the facilities, just the media, the coaches, the strength coaches, just the environment, San Antonio itself, the people, they're loving people, and just on the field, it's just gives me like a JUCO vibe, and I went to JUCO, and it's just baseball here, and I love that.
When you look back at last year, what were the biggest keys for you to achieve the level of success that you reached?
Just keeping the game simple, just realizing you're gonna fail, and just next day mentality, next at bat mentality, just keeping that every day.
Is there anything you've sort of worked to develop or improve that's different about you from last year to this year?
Just being a little bit more patient at the plate, just choosing, picking when I can do damage and when I can't do damage, and just trying to buy into the role of being a leader on this team this year, trying to boost. We got some young kids on the team, trying to help them learn the college game a little bit more.
It's interesting to see that you have a very low strikeout total, but you also have a low walk total as well. What does that sort of say about your approach to hitting?
We got to work on that. That's kind of crazy. It just means when I swing, I typically don't miss the ball, so I either get a hit or I get out, which can work in my favor and can work against me, but we'll work on that this year.
How fun was it to have that long hitting streak? What are your memories of the long streak you had in the middle of the season?
Memories. Obviously it was fun individually, but we were winning a lot during then. So it just put the cherry on top. But it was fun. Always when you're in a groove like that is fun.
Just
On
seeing
top
the
of
ball
winning,
well, and
just seeing the ball like a beach ball, as we say, it's fun.
When you saw the schedule for the 2025 season, did you circle any games on the calendar, and maybe the opportunity to play some of the big schools like Texas, Baylor, A&M, and all that?
Yeah, it's always fun to play the big time schools with the big facilities and all that. But I don't think I circled any game. Every game's a big game, especially conference, and I think we're primed and ready to compete with any team on the schedule. So I don't think there's any team out there where we're like going in as super underdogs.
what do you tell your teammates, Mason, about the last week of May and the tournament experience? And what are the takeaways that you had from last year, and what are you telling your guys about preparing for that 1 week?
Especially when you get to playoffs, it's survive mode. Anybody can win the game. It's baseball. The best team doesn't always win, so it's just being the most prepared and just going out there and focusing and competing at the highest level. And sometimes you need a little bit of luck, but if you're prepared and focused, you do your part.
Walk us
Crazy,
through how you
y'all.
reacted to the being named AAC player or preseason player to look out for.
Say that again.
Walk us through your reaction when you found out that you were named preseason player of the year.
Honestly, I don't really care too much about it. I was more focused on us being picked 4th in the conference to win conference. Preseason player of the year is, it's a cool honor, but it doesn't mean anything unless you actually have a good season. So I'm honored. I'm grateful for it.
Is 4th like disrespectful, or is it bulletin board for you guys?
In the locker room, we're confident that we're the best team when we step on the field, so you can look at it like that, yes.
All right, appreciate it. Thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah.